Good morning, everybody. We are up at the rabbit coop. Here's our bunnies all getting big and growing. But this is not what we're here for this morning. We're here to check on Lemon. And Lemon is a new mom. Now, it's not without its sad stuff, because we've already looked in here this morning. And unfortunately, one of them never made it. So we'll open it up and we'll see what ones did make it. I assume she's finished her birth now. But there is one kit that never made it, unfortunately. But there's Lemon. But look at this. So I'm not sure how many's in here. We're going to have a look now. And like I said, I don't know if she's finished birthing. She's a new mom, so we gotta cut her some slack. She might not know what to do. But I'm gonna pick through here now and see what we got. I'm seeing 5 so far. One's on the bottom, may not be moving. Let's see. Oh no, he or she is moving. Yeah, so there we are. 5 more, 2 multicolored and 3 pink. It looks to be all that's in here. It's a very mild, humid day here this morning. So these kits should be okay, but we'll cover them back up. And hopefully the mama figures out what to do. So let's get this fur back on top of them. There we are. So 5 new additions. Hopefully everything goes well. We had a potential of 6, but unfortunately 1 has not made it this morning. So we will accept that, and hopefully Lemon does well with her new bunch of kits. And we'll discard that one. We've watched it for a while, pretty much confirmed that it is not viable. So we'll remove that so that Lemon doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah, so we got 5 new additions to the bunny collection. Alright, there we go. So one other update, we'll show you the rest of the buns, the babies, and the not so babies anymore. Here they are. Look at these.
I want to see the
Look
bunnies.
at a sea full of bunnies. You just wipe your hand across a bunch of bunnies.
Yeah, there's too much bunnies.
So much bunny.
God. Yeah, there's so much stuff to pet.
And the kiddos are out here with me this morning. They're learning about nature and the sad side of nature as well, and as well as the happy side. Like all these 7 here that made it. But
None of them died.
no, none of these ones died. And Storm, or Smokey I should say, ended up being a good mama. So we'll hope that Lemon is also a good mama and keep these little babies alive. So there you have it. That's a little bunny update this morning. We put the nesting box in, what was it, 2 days ago?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, day before yesterday. So we put it in at day number 28, and here we are at day 30 with brand new baby kits. Alright, that's it for today. It's a foggy gross old morning out there. Alright. So that's it for now. We'll see you all later. We may add on to this video some tasks for today, but this is how we're going to start it. This is how our day is beginning. So we'll see y'all later. Alright everybody, so with that little update on the rabbits and you know, a mix of good and bad news with that one kit not making it through. But again, you know, nature is nature. I don't think, like, I would hope that I don't need to be giving people big warnings of graphic content or anything like that. Like these are the ways that nature and the animal kingdom and everything has been working for millennia. So, you know, I just hope that there isn't anyone out there that's watching this video that is so fragile that you can't understand that there are losses and things happen. So, you know, if you're thinking about getting into this, don't let that kind of stuff discourage you. But I got a feeling that I probably will have to go back and put in a little disclaimer in front of that section to say, you know, warning, graphic content ahead, when really it's just nature, it's what happens, these things happen. And, you know, we're just showing you transparency, showing you real life. And you know what, like, Lemon is a first-time mother. And, you know, these other 5 kits are not guaranteed to survive. She may not feed them properly, she might neglect them, she just might not know what to do, and it may take the 2nd or 3rd litter before she figures it out, or maybe she never figures it out. You know, these are the things that happen that you need to be prepared for, and it's all natural, right? So I just wanted to say that because I hate tiptoeing around videos, because I see other content creators tiptoeing as a result of, I don't know, people that just don't understand how the world works, I guess, is the easiest way to say it. So hopefully, you know, my audience, while small, are full of understanding and, you know, knowledgeable, realistic people. And if you're one of those, I thank you for it. And just follow us along in our journey. We're learning. You know, I'm not doing everything right here. I'm doing the best I can. And we're just hoping for the best results possible. So, anyways, we're back at the chicken brooder build. I'm hoping to clue it up today, I'll be honest. I'm trying. I'm going to really try. You know, there's a few things left. May or may not be difficult. In my head, they're not difficult, but, you know, there's always, you know, obstacles in the road, so to say. And there's some painting and stuff involved with needing to let stuff dry, so there's a bit of time constraints and requirements there as we go. But basically I'm going to be making a cleanout door down here below, and I got the main door out front that I need to make. I need to put a roof on the other side. I need to do some roof, actual like shingle work, and put some mesh in the windows. At that point in time, we should be ready to let the chicks out of the house and into their new home, and let them grow out a little more and be ready to meet up with the larger flock. So that's about it. Let's get started. I got to see if I can figure out how I'm going to do this clean out door. I'll bring you down a little bit closer and discuss some of the ideas that I have. Okay, so to make a clean out door, I'm trying to be very simplistic with this. Alright, so it's going to just involve, I'm thinking of just laminating 2 pieces of plywood together. That should give me enough thickness to provide enough coverage and insulation. 44 inches wide and about 4 inches tall. A little bit shorter, just to give it a little bit of swing room. Alright, so 44 by 4, I'm going to double that up, and then I will work out, probably put a little bit of trim around it to look a little bit better, have it swing up the same way as my larger chicken coop does, and that should be about it, other than a bit of paint and hardware to install it. So I don't want to simplify it too much because, as I said, I always run into stumbling blocks along the way, and I am prepared to tackle those as they come. So I'll start off by cutting 2 pieces of plywood now to the dimensions here, get those laminated together, and then we'll be ready to put those on and work out some trim and all that good stuff. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'm going to try and burn on through this, but it could take a little while. We'll see. Okay, so those cuts are done. Now, what I want to show you is, like I say, this is what, 3/8 thick plywood. Right, there's no big support in that, right? It's just good and floppy. So that's why I'm going to be laminating it together. And I'm actually going to do 3 strips of this together. So that'll give me 9/8 or just over an inch, 1.125. And like I say, I cut this at about 3 3/4 instead of 4 inches. So I do have about a 1/4 inch of wiggle space there, which should end up nicely. And I'm not going to do the length cut until I have all of them laminated together and ready to go. So, but that's what it's going to look like on the inside. I'll laminate 3 of those. Then I'll probably put a bit of trim, and then hinge it. So hopefully that will work out just nice. So we'll go ahead and laminate this together, and then we'll probably do another few things while the glue dries, and then we'll do one cut at 44, probably do it at 43 3/4 to carry through the 1/4 inch gap, and then I'll do one cut so that all 3 will be cut exactly the same at the same time. So let's get these laminated together and hopefully end up with a pretty strong door. Just a little FYI at this point. This is exactly what I was talking about bumps in the road along the way. Like I say, I never pictured doing this when I first started today. This is going to add more time to the project, so this is the kind of stuff that really adds on to where you never expected it to. Alright, so while I let the cleanout door glue dry and everything set up there, hopefully it dries nice and straight, and I will put a little sanding finish on that when it's done. But I also need to make that final cut as well to length. But the gable vents we did last video, just going to go ahead, put the actual vents in there, screw those in place, and call those done. Again, try to get at the low-hanging fruit, you know, easy to pick. This is going to be one of those items, 2 screws per vent, and it's done. So let's get right to it, and I'll show you how that goes on. So what I have here is a 4-inch stainless vent, and that fits in perfectly, like so, into the 4-inch PVC that I had there. I'll just get that evened up as best as my eyes can see it. 2 screw holes, and that's done. Alright, so gable vents are done. Next thing on the list in optimizing time here, like I say, that the cleanout door is still drying, the glue in it. So let's head back out to the table saw. Let's split a couple of 2x4s, because when it comes to making the roof, I'm going to need a frame on the inside just to stiffen everything up, and you'll see how I use it. But basically I want to strip down some 2x4s to maximize wood, minimize weight, and basically just have a nicer fit of everything. So let's go out, get those split, and that'll be another thing done and ready to go. Another thing that I can tackle now while I wait for that glue to set up is to get my plywood cut out for the actual lid. I know most of the measurements now from doing the smaller pieces and the other side, so I know that my width, or going from side to side, is 61 inches. But what I need to know is the actual length down the roof that I need. So basically, I've looked at the other side and I used a 3/4 inch overhang over that way. So basically I'm just going to get this measurement to the end, add 3/4 of an inch, and that'll be the measurement I need. So this is 31.5 to the edge of the eave. So I'll add 3/4 of an inch to that, which should bring me up to about 32 inches and a quarter by 61. So that's what I need to cut now, and that'll be ready to use as our lid. So let's get that done, and we'll just give that clean out door plenty of time to set up. No rush right now. It's mid-afternoon. The sun's still going to be up for a while, so I got time. So I'll keep picking away at little odds and ends like this, and by the end of this video hopefully we'll have a complete coop. And I keep calling it a coop. Brooder. Brooder, brooder, brooder. I'll still end up calling it a coop, I'm sure. Alright, so at this point we got our lid cut. It's time to check fitment. This should work out quite well, but anything's possible. Alright, and it looks to line up great. A little bit tight over on this side. There's not much as far as an overhang on the eave, but I'm not worried about that because my roofing material will overhang a little bit and give me the drip edge that I'm looking for. But it's pretty flush there. I guess when I was making the eave, I kind of went on a little bit of an angle, and that resulted in that little bit of offset. But overall, this should be exactly what I'm looking for. The next stage now in getting this lid ready is to mark out underneath where a little frame is going to go. I'm going to make like a rectangular square in that 2x4 that I stripped down in half. And basically it's just going to be a little frame on the inside which will fit down inside this opening. But I need to try and get some kind of measurement drawn out on where to mount it once I have it made. So I'll get everything squared up as best I can. And it's going to be lining up this corner here, this corner here, and I can actually reach up through the front door and make a few markings on the inside as well. You may not see me do that, but I'm just going to reach up inside the front door and kind of make a few lines to draw out where the frame is going to fall on the inside. I could get inside the brooder as well and just draw overhead. If I got to, I will. I don't think I'll have to though. Alright, one other thing that I found that I could do to get this properly situated is I'm going to move this roof up out of the way without it falling. Little lady, you're going to have to come here.
What about me?
You did. Don't bump the roof.
Do I need it in?
No, Sissy's going to get in and do this one. Sissy's a bit of an artist. Now, you see what I've done over there? I traced along this. I need you to trace along this side here with the pencil.
Okay.
Alright, so I got to put on the roof. Hold on.
We have a little chicken in there, another chicken.
You have another chicky in there, yeah. Alright, so do you see the other side what I got done?
Yep.
Alright, trace the side that I just showed you to do. Sounds like you're doing a good job. You getting it? Are you getting it done?
Yep. Okay, I'm done.
Done? Okay, now. Excellent. Now what I need you to do is
There's 2 chickens in here.
put the pencil right against the wall like that. And when it's closed, make the pencil go along and draw a line up onto this. Know what I mean?
So like
Just like that, and just go straight up with it. Keep it held in flat against the wall, and trace all the way
That's what I
along.
was doing with that one.
This one, hold it against the wall flat, like that, and then you'll put it up till it touches the ceiling, and you keep it like that, and you push it along like that, so you do the line, okay?
There's orange in here now when you were moving it.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'll tell you when. Okay, go for it.
It's hard because the wood isn't stable, so like it's getting bumpy for some reason.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll try to make it a bit straight.
So yeah, this is one of the good things about having little helpers around.
Do I go all the way to this side?
Right from left to right, the whole length of it. And this will give us a nice outline of the frame that I'm going to make underneath then.
Okay, I did it.
Got it done?
Bark, bark. Bark. I did it as good as I could.
That's excellent.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark, bark.
We're chickens. Bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark. Bark.
Alright, watch your heads. Take this off.
Why did you say watch your heads when you're going to take it off? I thought you were going to put it on.
Well, I got to make a frame onto it now. Alright. Let's lift the chickies out.
Wee, wee.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, and that chickie's going out through the door. Alright, so let's get to making a frame. So, thankfully for the kiddos, I should have the measurements I need now to do a frame on this. And the frame will go across here. It'll be even with this edge down here. So this edge, this one's pretty easy. So I'll be taking a piece of my stripped down 2x4. That'll attach on there like that. Like such. Alright. So I'll make a mark here where I need to cut this. I'm going to go a little bit shorter to give me a little tolerance. Give it a 1/4 inch or so over on that side, and I'll give it a 1/4 inch or so on this side. Okay, so I'm going to use this length as my primary length. I'll make 2 the exact same, and then 2 pieces to join them. Get those screwed and glued on, and we'll go from there. So I've got all my measurements done, pieces cut, so I'm going to go ahead and make my frame now and hope that it turns out well. Alright, so before I put any more screws in it now, I'm going to give it a test fit. Hopefully this all worked out okay. I was actually a little bit short on this measurement, so I'm just going to double up this header here. And that'll give me a little bit of a tighter fit. Alright, looks good. I'm going to get all that buttoned up there now, get the frame on, and the roof is pretty much done. Other than the finishing of like weatherproofing and stuff, but the framing of it. Alright, so as far as the roofing material goes, I'm going to do a two-layer system. I'm going to put some roofing felt on first, and then as you may see here behind me, this is the Ondura roofing material. So I'll be cutting all that to length as we go, trying to maintain that flip open functionality. But I'm going to start off first with the roofing felt, just staple that on. And that'll just be a little bit of a protection underlayer, but the Ondura is our main weather tight or weather resistant seal anyways. Hopefully it all pans out properly. This is kind of making it up as I go, especially with that whole swinging open function. That's where it gets a little bit tricky as far as water and wind, driving wind, making moisture get through. So I'm going to get my roofing felt there now, cut off some 61-inch lengths, maybe a little extra, and I'll trim that off when it's on the roof, and then we'll move on from there. And now it is that point in time. I'm going to get some hinges put on this thing. Just going to find the frame that I put on and put hinges on both sides of that, and we should be good. And there we are. Let's get these staples back in again and give it a little test opening. A little bit of WD-40 could go a long way. As we've said before when using these hinges, they call them squeakless. They ain't squeakless. Now let's try it. Much better. That's it, we got a working lid. Now we got to finish the actual roofing material, right? Nice. And now I've reached a part where this is truly going to be trial and error. Alright, I got this Andorra rippled corrugated type design roofing material, and I got a flip open lid. Andorra is rigid, the felt is, you know, pliable and able to fold with the lid. The Andorra, not so much. So I'm thinking the Andorra is going to have to come up probably to just before the gap, the pivot point. I may have to go without it up here. And then I got the ridge cap material that has the fit on there, which I may have to trim because that's quite rigid as well. It's going to end up breaking. So I'm probably still going to have to come up with some kind of a foldable rubber material. I cut this short, and so yeah, this is trial and error. I got no idea. I'll be honest, I got no idea how this is going to turn out. So I'm just gonna go with it, wing it. Probably get the other side done first, since I know that that's gonna work, and we'll go from there. So let's go to the other side, get the Andorra put on that side, and I hope for the best for here. Like I said, when you're dealing with flip open lids, same as the nesting box on my chicken coop, you know, making that weather tight is always a challenge. And you know, a solid roof with no flipping is always the easier way, but I got to be able to clean it, got to be able to put the chickens in and out. So here we go. Now, so we get those cuts done. Let's size things up and see how this is going to fit. Hopefully it will fit. And that's the rear. I don't mind that side being the untidy one. So let's start out here. Leave a little bit of an overhang maybe. Not much though. Also, I'm sure that I never cut these the way they're supposed to be cut, but I didn't want to even look it up. Alright, this looks great, actually. Absolutely great. Excellent little overlap. Excellent little overhang. Let's get this one attached. This one is ready to go. And with this Andura system, I got the actual screws for it. I don't know if I needed to get those, but I did. So I just wanted to show you what I'm trying to figure out here now is, like I say, my pivot point. And I'm figuring if I come all the way up here with the Andura, the lid opening would be similar to this much. So I'm getting about 90 degrees of opening before it would bring up. And I could kind of tamper the edge to give me a little more. Alright, so if I go all the way up here, probably put a 45 at the end, that'll give me a decent amount of roof opening. So that gives me what to do there. I just don't know what to do in this section. Right? I might have to leave this as it is with felt. And then find some kind of rubber material to cover that gap if the ridge cap is not enough or not appropriate. Now the ridge cap could come down flush with this though, and then I get a little bit of material. Yeah, I gotta figure this out. All right, but I got an idea. I got an idea. I'll see how it pans out. I'm thinking maybe cut the ridge cap this long, have it down flush here, and then a little bit of rubber material under the ridge cap, which comes on top of this. We'll see. But I think I would taper this 45, give me a good opening. And so I'll just measure this much, which I know is 32.5 because I just cut it, right? And, but I will double check that measurement. Yeah, 32.5 should be good. Okay, so let's get these cut and see what we come up with. Alright, so that is the Andura roofing applied in a very non-professional way. Alright, and we got a roof. Right? I'm amazed that we got this far, to be honest. And it opens. I got a lot of screw heads that I need to take the angle grinder and cut off. That is what I will do with those. And that'll make that more safe and keep the chickens and us from getting poked with the screws. But yeah. Alright, I'll admit I was a bit ambitious for today to be gluing up the brooder. But this was a huge step. Absolutely huge. Right, from here on out I gotta do a little bit of mulling it over, humming and hawing over how I'm going to finish off the roof cap. I think I'm going to bring back the actual roof cap material that goes with the Andura system. I don't think it's going to suit my needs. I think I should just get like a rubber mat, something like that, and cut it down lengthwise and use that to be able to flip open and you know, take the bending over and over. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We are very close. Next video for sure. Gotta be next video. This will be done. And we'll see if we can get it out of here. It's getting quite heavy. I'm not thinking the lawn tractor is going to be able to pull it anymore. I may need the truck. We'll see. But that's it for today. Check out next video when it comes. Check out my past videos. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And support the channel. Do all you can. Because, you know, it's nice to see that support coming in, keeps the motivation flowing. But I'm still going to be here doing this anyways, with or without you. But you're in on the ground level. You're seeing me build out my infrastructure, getting things up and running. You know, there's a lot of people that are going to have to go back and see that. You guys are seeing it in real time. You know, recent time at least anyways. So, till next video happens, I do hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. So take care of each other, and peace out.